A vehicle's suspension system operates millions of times during a vehicle's life, enduring many different road surfaces. The many suspension joints, bushes and bearings that make up a vehicle's suspension work together to give the driver, passengers and any load the vehicle is carrying comfort and safe handling characteristics. The suspension also has the ability to insulate the vehicle's body from noise, vibration and harshness. As the suspension system becomes worn, it loses its effectiveness. This can be heard or felt as knocking or creaking noises, making the steering feel vague and causing uneven tyre wear, which gives poor contact with the surface of the road and can affect the vehicle's braking ability. In this video, we look at a Nissan Qashqai front suspension, which has many of the common wear items on this very popular model. These include suspension strut top mounts and bearings, anti-roll bar link, lower suspension arm bushes and ball joints. First, the front wheels were removed to gain access to the suspension parts and were inspected for any damage and uneven tyre wear. This was followed by the removal of the suspension strut assembly, which requires the removal of the wiper arms and lower front windscreen plastic panel in order to gain access to the top strut mounting bolts. This is followed by the unclipping of the brake hose and the wheel speed sensor wiring, and the removal of the anti-roll bar link, along with the two lower retaining bolts that attach the suspension strut to the steering knuckle. With all the fixings removed, the strut was freed from the steering knuckle, leaving only the three strut top mount bolts to be removed. With these removed, the strut assembly was taken off the vehicle to be disassembled. Using a spring compressor, the road spring was compressed, then the top strut mounting retaining nut was loosened, and the top mount and bearing removed, revealing a very worn bearing, which was a cause of a knocking noise on the featured vehicle. All parts were inspected and the suspension strut was reassembled with a new damper, piston protection kit, strut top mounting and bearing. Once assembled, the strut was refitted to the vehicle in reverse order, along with a new anti-roll bar link, ensuring all fixings were tightened to the manufacturer's tightening torque figures. With both front struts repaired, the lower suspension arms were removed by loosening and removing the four retaining bolts. This was followed by freeing the ball joint from the steering knuckle before inspecting it for wear. The new lower suspension arms were fitted in the reverse order, and all fixings were initially tightened. Then the wheels were refitted and the vehicle was lowered to tighten the wheel nuts. Last to refit was the lower windscreen plastic panel, making sure that the windscreen washer pipe was attached, followed by the refitting and alignment of the wiper arms. Finally, the steering and suspension was checked for alignment and all bolts were tightened to the recommended tightening torque with the vehicle's suspension in its neutral position. The road test was carried out to check that the vehicle's suspension was correctly operating. This video is for general information purposes only. Please consult the manufacturer's handbook before carrying out any repairs to your vehicle. Blueprint will not be held liable in the event of any direct, incidental, special or consequential damages suffered in the course of using the information in this video.